Hey gang, Uncle Todd here. I'm Sonny, and we're looking at the next to last episode of Criminal Minds Evolution. And boy, it's getting good. Basically, there are some flashbacks to interpersonal stuff with several of the BAU characters. It's character stuff, don't really care. Main story. Sicarius had his security camera to ping him when Rossi showed up at his house. So he calls his wife, gets her to not identify himself in the picture, even though she recognizes his jawline, and has Rossi leave, saying he'll explain it all when she gets there. Rossi's convinced this is it, and he calls BAU, and they go to see the governor, and the governor is like, no, this isn't enough. But Tara's ex does the right thing and says, we gotta dot all the T's and cross all the I's and all that. I just said that backwards, didn't I? Yeah. So, the AG gives them 48 hours. Sicarius goes home, and no, I thought Taz came in. He didn't. And explains, maybe he did. He's a sneaky one. Sicarius explains it's this whole thing about how it's a story that involves cryptocurrency, drug running, and all this stuff at his old place of business, and he got out, and his boss disappeared, and all this stuff, and so they're in danger, and the wife kind of believes him, but kind of doesn't, and I mean, she doesn't know what to do, but she's getting stuff together anyways. Meanwhile, back at the BAU, since they can't get Sicarius' last victim to testify, Penelope suggests Tyler, and he comes in, he gets a lineup of pictures and says he can't identify anyone. He was lying. Using one of Penelope's voicemails to him, he tricks Rossi into opening up his phone, and he puts some spyware on it and follows him to Seattle. And he starts following Rossi, who was following... but before that, we get my favorite part of the show, or this episode. Sicarius shows up at FBI headquarters, and he and Rossi have a tete-a-tete. I always love these scenes. You got the good guy, and you got the villain, and they're talking to each other, and they're both trying to find out what the other guy knows, but not letting anything they know slip, and it's a great back and forth. I love those. Like Christopher Lee and Roger Moore in The Man with the Golden Gun. That was another one I liked. Anywho, Rossi starts following Sicarius' wife to try and talk to her, and Sicarius gets footage of him, and they confront him, with the phone, footage, you're harassing us, the FBI is harassing us, and then it gets posted to the web. Rossi's in big trouble. He's being recalled. Well, he ignores his calls. And he and Sicarius have another tete-a-tete, this time at Sicarius' house. And Sicarius admits, yeah, he is the killer. And Rossi lets him know that eventually Sicarius will kill his own family. It's inevitable. And basically, you get a scene of a 30-year-old beating the crap out of a 70-year-old, and it's not pretty. So now Rossi is a prisoner. And Sicarius takes Rossi back to the site of the first container. He's going to kill Rossi, make it look like suicide, has in despair, he couldn't solve the case, and went back to the beginning to end it all. But Tyler's followed them, and they get in a shootout. Tyler is hit pretty bad. Well, this has been going on. Prentice sent JJ, Luke, and Penelope, along with JJ's husband, because he's the liaison with the Washington Police Department, with the BAU, and because Tyler's sister's case is still an open case with the police. And Penelope manages to track Tyler's phone because Rossi's phone's been turned off, and they find Tyler, and he's wounded pretty bad. And now they're not sure where Sicarius or Rossi is. And Sicarius takes Rossi to a new container. It's underground. And he leaves him locked in. Then later, the BAU gets a video feed. Shows them Rossi. And the message is, you want him back? Let me go. And you can have him. So, we are heading into some excitement next week, I tell you. This is a great episode. I loved both encounters between Rossi and Sicarius. As I said before, I love those kind of back and forth that they would have in shows like that. Like in Bones, where they would, have Bones and, I can never remember his name, Booth. Bones and Booth, back and forth with suspects and stuff. I always love those scenes. So much dramatic tension. Really feel bad for Penelope because Tyler really used her. And she really fell for him. And there's also some indication Tara and her ex may be coming to an understanding, although her ex is taking a job that will take her to Sacramento. Unfortunately. But, very good episode. Looking forward to the finale. I'm pretty sure it is going to be a slobber knocker, as JR used to say in the WWE. Well, till then, please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.